So what's going on, America? So I'm going to talk about birthright citizenship. Who wants to talk about birthright citizenship? Anybody? Anybody want to talk about birthright citizenship? So let's just read the 14th Amendment. Starting off, let's read the 14th Amendment. Everybody excited? We're going to get into the Constitution, right? You got the Declaration, you got the Constitution. The Constitution kind of is important when it comes to all the laws. It's important for all of the laws. So what does the 14th Amendment say? Well, we're just going to read Section 1 of the 14th Amendment. And Section 1 of the 14th Amendment reads as follows. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of the citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. So what does this mean? This means that there's four main clauses when it comes to the 14th Amendment. The first clause is birthright citizenship. When you're born in America, you become an American. The other three clauses, you got the privileges or immunities clause, and then you have the due process clause, and then you have the equal protection clause. We'll talk about those other clauses another day. Now, Donald Trump does not like the 14th Amendment. He probably doesn't like the 13th or the 15th Amendment. These are the Civil War amendments. And of course, they are a bunch of Confederate fucking assholes. You're not allowed to have insurrection. That's, the Section 3. So he doesn't like any, there's four sections of the 14th Amendment. He does not like the 14th Amendment whatsoever. So what does the first part of this amendment talk about? The first part of this amendment talks about how you can become an American. Let me read it again. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. So what does that mean? Well, we'll use Tim Kaine as an example. Tim Kaine gave a little speech saying, Donald Trump is a fucking idiot when it comes to this shit. And so Tim Kaine is a citizen of America because he was born in America and then he resides in Virginia. So he's a citizen of both America and Virginia. All persons born or naturalized in the United States. So either you were born in this country or you went through the naturalization process. There's different processes, but I've even heard that sometimes it takes 14 years to get naturalized as an American citizen, which means you weren't born here and you had to go through all the different laws until eventually you got to become a citizen of America. But if you were just born on this soil, you're born on the 50 states. What was it? John McCain was born on the military base, and we said that he was a citizen. So the 14th Amendment, Section 1, Clause 1, the very first sentence, says if you're born on this soil, then you're an American. Now, why am I talking about this? Because Donald Trump did a damn interview with Kristen Welker, Meet the Press, with NBC News, and when he was sitting there talking to Kristen Welker on Meet the Press, NBC News, he asserted that he could just, by executive order, get rid of birthright citizenship. By executive order, you could just get rid of birthright citizenship just with executive order? Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucked up? What the fuck is the matter with you? He said we might have to send it back to the people. So let's just, for a second here, it's the Constitution. You can't break the Constitution. You can't sign an executive order. That's a non-starter. You can't go anywhere. It's in the Constitution. It'd be like, well, first thing I'm going to do as the president, I'm going to get rid of the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Third, and the Fourth Amendment. You can't get rid of the amendment. You can't get rid of our freedoms. These motherfuckers are against the Constitution, and they're against the Bill of Rights. So he's already trying to take our 14th Amendment right. He's trying to take our birthright citizenship away. So if you're going to try to take our birthright citizenship away, there's only two ways that you could do it. Either A, you pass an amendment. You pass the 28th Amendment. Or B, you do a constitutional convention. And you know what? Oh my God, that would be a dream come true. Time for a constitutional revolution. Let's get ourselves a constitutional revolution. That would be a dream come true. You assholes want to throw away birthright citizenship, right? We're going to need to do a constitutional convention. We're going to need to do a constitutional convention as soon as possible. Now, they're really hard to do. You got to get 3/4 of the states and this and that, and the amendments are pretty hard too. The amendments are basically near impossible, but a constitutional convention, let's just rewrite this whole damn document. Donald doesn't give a fuck about the Constitution. He doesn't give a fuck about our freedoms. He doesn't give a fuck about our rights. He's going to be a fascist, autocratic dictator. He wants a bunch of loyalists kissing his fucking ass. He don't give a shit about the laws. So those are the only two ways. You get ourselves a constitutional convention. If you don't get a constitutional convention, then you're going to have to get the 28th Amendment. 28th Amendment means you got to get 2/3 of both houses, and then you're going to have to get 3/4 of the state legislatures, or the referendum, you got to get it passed by the states. Which he's not going to fucking do. He's not going to fucking do that. So let's carry on. How many countries in the world have birthright citizenship? We got 33 countries. We got 33 countries that have birthright citizenship, which includes, but is not limited to, Canada, Brazil, Belize, Belgium, Bahamas, Angola, Argentina, Albania, Chile, Australia, Barbados, Antigua and Barbuda, Bolivia, and Chad, and Costa Rica, and Cuba, Fiji, Guatemala, Honduras, Jamaica, Lesotho, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Tanzania, Venezuela, Uruguay. Uruguay legalized marijuana. Jamaica is known for marijuana. I don't know if they've legalized it or not. Tuvalu, Valura, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, St. Vincent, and Trinidad and Tobago. So those countries have birthright citizenship, and it makes sense. When they passed the 14th Amendment, they did this shit intentionally. They did it on purpose. Tim Kaine is both a citizen of America, and he resides in Virginia, so therefore he's a citizen of Virginia. He was born in this country, he becomes an American. Now, how did you become an American? If you are an American and you're watching this, well, you know how you became an American? You were fucking born here. That's all you did. That's all. You didn't have to pass a test. You didn't have to run a race. You didn't have to run a marathon. If you had to pass a civic exam, you probably wouldn't be able to pass the damn civic exam. When the immigrants come into this country, they got to pass a civics test. And that civics test, I bet you most Americans couldn't even pass that civics test. I would love, let's get citizenship tests from now on. You turned 18, so you think you get all the fucking rights of this damn country? Do you even know how many branches of government we have? Do you even know, any fucking thing about any fucking thing? In order to become an American citizen, you don't have to graduate high school. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to pass a citizen test. You don't have to do a basketball dunking contest. You don't have to do a hot dog eating contest. You don't have to do shit. The only way Donald became a citizen of America, he was fucking born here. That's all he fucking did. And so if you're going to get rid of birthright citizenship, you're going to take away my right, my birthright citizenship away. Well, you know what? Fuck it. If we're going to do this thing, let's just fucking do this thing. Let's just deport everybody. Everybody gets deported except for the Native Americans. The Native Americans have been born here the entire time. You want to get rid of birthright citizenship, so that means anybody that's ever came over here that had ancestors that wasn't born in this country, you got to go back. So I'm going to have to go back to Bavaria. I'm going to have to go back to Bohemia. I'm going to have to go back to Africa. I'm going to have to go back to Mozambique. Hey guys, I'm back. Mars, Pachot, Bavaria, Bohemia, Austria, Prussia. Prussia, I'm back. I'm coming back home, Prussia. What do you mean Prussia doesn't exist anymore? What do you mean Prussia doesn't exist? I'm coming back home and it don't even exist anymore? So if we're going to get rid of birthright citizenship, then you're going to get rid of citizenship for all the Americans. Every fucking American, all 330 million Americans won't have citizenship. So you're telling me you're going to try to get the 28th Amendment passed, and the way you're going to get the 28th Amendment passed is by getting rid of birthright citizenship. Get rid of birthright citizenship, and you're going to get all 330 million Americans who are citizens right now to throw their fucking citizenship away. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. That's the stupidest, dumbest fucking thing in the world. 77 million evil, wicked, racist motherfuckers, man, voted for this goddamn prick. Why do we have so many evil, wicked, racist motherfuckers in this country? 77 million evil, wicked, white supremacists? Of course he hates the 14th and the 13th and the 15th America, the amendments. Why does he hate the 13th and the 14th and the 15th Amendments? Because those are the Civil War amendments. He's on the side of John Wilkes Booth. We just elected John Wilkes Booth November 5th, 2024. Great job, America. We didn't see the Confederate flag waving the White House even during the Civil War. But January 6th, we certainly did. Fucking John Wilkes Booth. So you got a bunch of John Wilkes Booth white supremacist Confederate KKK motherfuckers. A bunch of racist white supremacist motherfuckers out here. Donald Trump only lied to us 30,000 times in the first administration. You know, I just love the way he lies to us. I love the way you lie. I can't tell you how it really feels. I can only tell you what it feels like. Feels like a steel knife in my windpipe. So we're just gonna fucking deport everybody. Great fucking ideas. Smart fucking ideas. You're such racist bastards. You're gonna get rid of birthright citizenship because you don't want an illegal foreigner, a person who's not a citizen of this country, to come to this country and have a baby. They call it an anchor baby, then they say chain migration, and they throw a bunch of fucking terms at you. You are an American because you were born here. So if somebody from Germany was able to get onto our shores, pops a baby out, that baby's an American. So deport the parents, that baby stays. That baby's an American. Because why? He was born on the soil. And if he's born on a military base like John McCain was, or any of the 14 colonies, America is 50 states, 14 colonies, 1,000 military bases. And this isn't the only amendment that he's coming after, right? I mean, you would just love it if the fucking Democrats just got rid of the Second Amendment by executive order. Well, we're going to take away the right to guns. There we go. I wrote a little fucking thing on a piece of paper. There's no more right to guns. That's what you think you could do to get rid of the 14th Amendment? The 22nd Amendment, I heard Steve Bannon talk about how it doesn't say consecutive. Oh, so you're going to stay in for another fucking term, huh? You get 2 goddamn terms. Read the 22nd Amendment. You get 2 goddamn terms. But we're going to have to put up with this shit for another 4 fucking years? 2 terms is enough. My God, 2 terms is way too fucking much. But this is, this is par for the course. This is status quo Joe. This is a criminal piece of shit who didn't read the Constitution, doesn't give a fuck about what's legal, what's illegal. He's a criminal anti-Bill of Rights, criminal pile of shit. He's an anti-constitutional criminal pile of shit. Big fucking that the criminal pile of shit doesn't understand the Constitution. Big fucking shocker there. Most Americans couldn't pass a citizenship test, so if we get rid of birthright citizenship, let's bring a citizenship test in. See if any of you assholes can fucking pass a citizenship test. Maybe I should pull up a couple of these questions. Should I pull up a couple questions for the citizenship? Am I able to do this, or will it mess up the fucking live stream? Well, let's test it out, right? This is all a test anyways, right? Testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. It says it's blinking, so let's see. Let's have practice questions. American citizenship immigrant. Think we'll get something there? Civics and history questions. 100 civics questions and answers for the naturalization test are listed below. Are you guys ready? I'm just going to read the first fucking 10 questions. What is the supreme law of the land? Hey, Donald Trump, What's the supreme law of the land? Do you even know? I'm just going to read the questions and then do the answers later. What does the Constitution do? The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are those first 3 words, Donald? What's an amendment, Donald Trump? What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, Donald Trump? How about you MAGAts? Do any of you MAGAts know anything about the Constitution? Can you just name one right or freedom from the First Amendment? You know we got 5 freedoms. The First Amendment gives us 5 freedoms. Can you say what the 6 end objects of the preamble is? How many amendments does the Constitution have? Do you motherfuckers even know that shit? What did the Declaration of Independence do? Can you name 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence? What was the main motto for the U.S. Revolution? And then lastly, what is freedom of religion? The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. The Constitution protects basic rights of Americans. It defines the government and it sets up the government. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, we're going to establish justice. We're going to ensure domestic tranquility. We're going to promote the general welfare. We're going to protect our freedoms. We're going to provide for the common defense. Did I miss any? There are 6 end objects there, right? Perfect the union, ensure domestic tranquility, promote the general welfare, establish justice, protect the freedoms and the blessings for us and our posterity, and to provide for the common defense. That's the point of America. That's the point of the entire damn government. An amendment is a change to the Constitution. The first 10 amendments to the Constitution is the Bill of Rights. The First Amendment gives us the right to speech, religion, assembly, press, and to petition the government. How many amendments in the Constitution are there? 27. What did the Declaration of Independence do? It declared our independence from Great Britain. It said that the United States is free from Great Britain. 2 rights in the Declaration of Independence. Well, we have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. What's the freedom of religion? Is that you can practice any religion or no religion. You also have the Establishment Clause. The First Amendment talks about the Establishment Clause, which means the government can't pick one religion over the other, which is awesome. That means you get to have Buddhists over there, you get to have Jewish folks over there, you get to have Christians over there, you get to have Muslims over there, and you get some Zoroastrians over there. Most Americans, and the way they do it is there's 100 questions here, and they would pick any random 10 questions, and you'd have to get 6 of those 10 questions. If you don't get those 6 right, then you're not an American. You're not good enough to be an American. You're not smart enough to be an American. You didn't pass your fucking citizenship test, you stupid fucks. You don't get a right to vote. You don't get any of the rights that are listed in the American Constitution. So what else can we talk about here? There's also 8 anti-tyrannical legal weapons that we have, right? Let's see if I can remember those. You got the elections, you got enumerated powers, and then you got the 3 branches of government. Let's see here. What else do we have? We got bicameralism, we got federalism, we got constitutions, we got the Bill of Rights. That's 7 right there. 3 branches of government: election, enumerated powers, constitution, Bill of Rights, federalism, bicameralism, and the rule of law. The rule of law was actually mentioned in this. You know what the rule of law is, America? I know you do. I know you know the rule of law. That's what I love about you. It was from Ace Ventura. I'll just read it from the exam. Everybody must follow the law. The leaders must obey the law. Government must obey the law. Nobody is above the law. What's the rule of law? Nobody's above the law. Nobody can break the law. Everybody gets those freedoms. Freedoms is a part of the law. Those freedoms are everybody's rights. Who gets life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Every American citizen. Who gets the right to speech, religion, assembly, press, and petition? Every single American citizen. So, how about this, Donald Trump? This is a novel idea for you fucking MAGAts. For you goddamn racist piles of shit, you wicked motherfucking 7 million evil motherfuckers who's gonna believe a guy who lied 30 fucking thousand times to you in the first administration. Why don't we deport the non-citizens? Why don't we deport the ones who are not Americans? And the ones who are Americans, let's keep those. I know that's complicated. I know that I just probably talked right over your goddamn stupid, thick-ass, fucking dumb motherfucking stupid-ass brain head. Your brain head. I talked right over your brain head. But let's keep the citizens, deport the non-citizens. I know I'm controversial. I know that's so fucking radical. If we don't do classical liberalism, then we're stuck with anti-fascism, anarchism, communism. So if the Constitution isn't going to work, then we have to do other backup plans. So I think you could probably divide America into two camps. Those who say we do have a Constitution, we do have a Bill of Rights, there is a preamble, there is a body, there is 3 branches of government. You got the lawful good people, and then you got the criminal, anti-constitutional, racist fucking piles of shit who loves that Epstein fucking loving motherfucker. Have you lost your ever loving minds? Have you lost your ever motherfucking lover minds? They're even talking about deporting the dreamers. You're going to deport the dreamers too? Jesus fucking Christ. There's going to be a 4-step process when it comes to this big, massive deportation program. They're going to spend billions of dollars to make an arrest. Then they're going to spend another $1 billion in order to put them into jails, detention, and then more billions of dollars for the judges and the courts, and then even more billions of dollars for the deportation. So some people want to try to point out this little phrase here. So let's just go back to the birthright citizenship, okay? All persons born or naturalized in the U.S., subject to the jurisdiction thereof, are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Some people are trying to say, well, wait, look at that. Subject to the jurisdiction thereof. Subject to the jurisdiction thereof. That means something differently than what you think it means. No, it doesn't. It means exactly what it means. So if you are born in this country, let's say you are born in Virginia, that means you're subject to the jurisdiction of Virginia and America. Even if you're, even if you're a foreigner who's not allowed to be here, even if you're an illegal alien is what they say, an illegal alien who is a person deserving of human rights, even if you're a foreigner who is in this country, you're not a citizen, and you're in this country, you're subject to the jurisdiction of these laws. It's a geography thing. You're in that district, then you are a part of that district. And so therefore, the fucking government of that district has jurisdiction over you. Now, if you're in some city, say you're in Virginia, so what's the capital of Richmond? So if you're in Richmond, Tim Kaine, and then you leave Richmond, well, the city of Richmond's police cannot arrest you. But the state police can arrest you, the county police, the district that you are in. Unless you committed the crime in that district and you're leaving the district. But say you were speeding, but you left Richmond, then the city of Richmond cannot arrest you because you're not in their jurisdiction. Subject to the jurisdiction thereof. That fucking phrase does not mean we don't get birthright citizenship. Jesus fucking Christ. The whole point of the 14th Amendment was you had folks who did not have citizenship, right? The 13th Amendment says, but it didn't say that they were citizens. Dred Scott decision says, well, you're born here, but only the Caucasians that have property are allowed to be citizens. Nobody else, nobody of African descent. Fucking disgusting, ridiculous decision. The Dred Scott decision was 1857, and it's a major cause to the American Civil War. Donald Trump asserted that we're the only nation on earth who gives birthright citizenship to our people. That's not true. 33 countries have birthright citizenship. Canada, We already mentioned all these before, but Australia, these are big, major fucking countries. And just because what? A bunch of other countries don't have it, what's their fucking goddamn citizenship policy? I know that in China you got to pass a citizenship exam. So they don't have birthright citizenship there. That you got to go to school, you got to get educated, and then they give you a citizenship exam. They give you a civics exam. We don't even have civics in our high school anymore. It's called social studies because they don't want us to know civics. So get rid of birthright citizenship and bring back the civics test. I'll be for that. I'll be all right with that. But the only way you can do that is if you get rid of the 14th Amendment, which is 4 sections of the 14th Amendment, and then you're going to have to get a bunch of people to vote for that amendment. You're not going to get the Congress to go with you on that. And even if the Congress goes with you on that, you're not going to get 3/4 of the fucking country. You're going to tell me that the MAGAts are so stupid that they're going to throw away their own fucking citizenship? They might. Mein Führer told me what to do. Mein Führer indeed. Now, the exceptions, subject to the jurisdiction thereof. Now, I heard there are some exceptions. If you have a diplomat from a foreign country who pledges allegiance to that country, and he's got immunity. So therefore, if you got, the Emperor of China has somebody, an ambassador that comes over here, and they are not, they're subject to the jurisdiction thereof, but they weren't born here or naturalized here, but if they have a child here, then they would still be the country that they came from. Also, there's some Native American tribes. So there's a couple exceptions, but it has nothing to do with this anchor baby problem that they're trying to fucking fix. They're trying to fix the anchor baby problem, and the way that they're going to do it is by taking away everybody's citizenship. Motherfucker, there's no system that's absolutely perfect on fucking paper. You're an American because you're born on this soil. If somebody was able to get to this country, you know how selfless. That means maybe the parent could try to, stay in the country because their child is here, but ultimately, they're not citizens. So the mother and the father, if they're able to get here, they're going to get deported, but they're so selfless, they got little baby Sally or little baby Fred, They got little Sally and Fred. They got Akua and Freddie Fred. So if they have little Fred Hampton and little Akua Hampton, then that means the Hamptons get to stay here because they are American citizens. You motherfuckers couldn't pass a civics test. You couldn't pass a civics test, so it doesn't make any fucking sense. You're going to try to get an amendment? No, you're not. You're going to do a constitutional convention? No, you're not. It's a non-starter. You're not going to do shit. You're not going to do the shit that we actually need. So don't give me none of that bullshit anymore. You got me? The deportation of Donald and the MAGAts, they could try. They could try to, deport all the citizens, even people that were born here and are, clearly Americans, or we could try to deport the non-citizens and actually let the American citizens stay. We could try that. You got a bunch of anti-constitutional, regressive, Nazi fascists, fucking Epstein lovers, a bunch of criminal fucking rat bastard fucks. You got a bunch of criminal rat bastard fucks who's against the Constitution, against the Bill of Rights. If they're going to take away our 14th Amendment, what other fucking rights and freedoms are you going to take away? Yeah, it's just a trust a fucking dictator, an autocratic fucking Nazi, Confederate fucking KKK fucking criminal motherfucking 34 fucking motherfucking felon motherfucker. You're already talking about taking away our rights and freedoms. Last but not least, I'm going to talk about this Supreme Court case called the U.S. v. Wong Kim Ark. U.S. v. Wong Kim Ark is 1898. It's a landmark decision of the U.S. Supreme Court, which held that a child born in the United States of parents of Chinese descent, who at the time of his birth are subjects of the Emperor of China, but they got a permanent domicile and residence in the United States. They're carrying on business. They're not employed in any diplomatic or official capacity under the Emperor of China. So just peasants, just people from China. Nobody from the government, nobody with any government official business, not a diplomat, so therefore no diplomatic immunity, so therefore automatically became a U.S. citizen at birth. You have a poor peasant, they came over here, they have a baby, that baby's an American. This decision established an important precedent in its interpretation of the Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. of America, America, America.